Hello. Every time I say hello, I remember Teletubbies, and each time it was the segment for watching TV on their tummy. Like Teletubby was kind of freakish, you know. Teletubby was kind of freakish, but I got so much comfort from Teletubbies as a child. Funny enough, back then, because I'm like one of the older kids um, in my house, so whenever my younger one would be like, "Oh, Teletubby, Teletubby," I'll be like, "Oh, like let it be fast, let it do fast and be over, so that we can go to Twinnies." Because the way the segment went was after Teletubbies was Twinnies, and after Twinnies was the main cartoon of the afternoon. Yeah, and I really like Twinnies because I don't know, something about Twinnies that was special. I think maybe later today I'm going to watch Twinnies on my phone. So, anyways, what is up? I have some post-its. This post-it note, I found it in a bag that I had left abandoned in my drawer. So many, I think last year, Seth. I was clearing out my, I was looking for my ring light. Yeah, I don't know where I kept it or where I dropped it. But I now saw this bag, and I remember that I got this post-it note because see how wonderful it is. It's a kind of, what do you call this, polythene, like it's made of a kind of rubber, plastic kind of, and I bought it because I felt it to be fancy. Yeah? You know how like whenever you see stationery, you are tempted to buy the cute ones. Like this pen now is very cute. It's a puppy, and if you switch the covers, it rotates between a dog looking at you and a dog smiling and a dog sleeping. Can you see it? Can you see the dog that is sleeping? So it is. I buy cute stationery just for that sake, just to buy cute stationery. Um, I don't know what's wrong with my life. Recently, I've not been seeing people stumble upon my life. I don't know if it's the orientation or something. Yeah. Anyways, I'm trying to test my pen on this post-it notes to see if it's going to work. Um, and I'm going to use it to. Oh, it works. So, objectives of the stream today. I'm going to discuss according to the topic, like what if you woke up in a different body, yeah? And we're going to discuss like, is it going to be a body of a different gender? Let's try that. A body of a different gender. Is it going to be a body that you're familiar with, like somebody familiar, like a familiar body? Is it going to be in the same country? Let's consider that. Then in the same country, in the same state, or is it going to be in a different continent? In a different continent. Another question we need to understand is that we're going to talk about the depictions of those kind of tropes in popular media. Yeah, depictions of those type of tropes, kinds of tropes. And I don't know. I don't. There has been in like Freaky Friday now, like Hollywood, yeah, has depicted it. I think twice, and there has been depiction in Korean dramas. Yeah, Korean dramas. They're like tons of them. I think it's not tons, but it's a lot. Yeah, it's like several. Let's just say tons, or maybe let's say several. Then in anime, I think the most accurate depictions of waking up in a different body is Kimino na why sorry your name or my name, like that anime. Yeah, I watched it during the pandemic, and that period of COVID or quarantine was so, like, when I think about it now, yeah, so much nostalgia accompanies those memories. Anyways, before we get into those things, what other thing can you consider if you woke up in a different body? Yeah. um and I wanted to post it on my teddy, you get, Like when I say Teddy now, it's because I don't have a name for this little guy here, but it reminds me of a Care Bear, and I also feel like I'm Mr. Bean to an extent, yeah, where I have a Teddy like everywhere I go, but I don't carry it everywhere. It's just in my room. So, what other thing can you consider if you wake up in a different body? Um, your family. Are you going to tell your family? Like, would you tell uh, your family? Of course not. They'll think something is wrong with you. They'll complicate the matter. Like, I wouldn't tell my family per se. When I say family, I mean parents. Yeah, let's just put parents there. I mean parents. So I wouldn't tell my parents. Yeah, but I would tell my siblings. Yeah, because sometimes about my siblings and I is that we've always been through the most, like we've gone through the wackiest shit imaginable since we were kids. Yeah, and my parents were working parents, both of them. So like we were so like we didn't really have babysitters, yeah. So whenever we were at home by ourselves, it would be like, now I think about it, yeah, it's like how many hours can there be in a day for you to be alone in a house? But like with four children, yeah, there are a lot of things that can go wrong. Yeah, so many, like you wouldn't believe how things can go wrong with children. Like you would believe it now with stories you hear and how children are hurt. But and definitely we got hurt too. We got a lot of different injuries, all of us. So the bond between my siblings and I is so deep that of course I will tell them so many decisions in my life that I didn't even have to think twice. I tell them because I'm not scared of them. Like I don't care if they judge me because I'm going to convince them that my decision was right. So they have to go alone. They don't have a choice basically. So and the same thing with me too. When they tell me stuff that they've gotten into, I have no choice. I have to go along. Yeah, that's the price you pay for having siblings. Hey God. So anyways, if I wake up in a different body, immediately I'm going to call one of my siblings and I'm going to tell them, bro, you would not believe where I am right now. You get like, so I think family is dependent on if you have siblings. Yeah, definitely I wouldn't even advise, if you wake up in a different body now, I wouldn't advise you to tell your parents. That would just, or to tell the parent of the body you woke up in. Yeah. And then another deep question you have to consider is, now you now have to now, like, you now begin to see like, you being a different body, does that make you a different person? Personhood. Your personhood, is it connected, is it equals to, or is it always equals to your body? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's just go through this is my list that I've made in this pretty post-it note, and I'm going to post it on the heart of my teddy bear. I want to include my little guy. I don't want him to feel isolated here. I won't put it on his face because that'll be disrespectful. Let's put it on his little heart. I wonder if you'll be able to see it. So here's my little guy participating in the conversation, not wanting to be left out. So let's go to the questions one after the other. A body of a different gender. Now, if you were a guy, because I know like men have this deep attachment to their bodies, and women do as well, but men, it is so very steeped in a lot of toxic, even women too, let's not just support men, they will be more outwardly, I feel they'll be more outwardly aggressive about waking up in a body, like in a different body. So if a man wakes up, if you are a man, you identify as a man, and you wake up in a man's body, a different guy's body, what was the first thing you are going to do? If you are a guy, what was the first thing you're going to do? And if you are a woman, you identify as a woman, if you wake up in the body of the same gender, yeah, same another woman, what's the first thing you're going to do? Now, the body I have, you get present as a woman, yeah. So if I wake up in a body of a different woman, first of all, I will make sure, our first thing I'll check is to consider if she's on her period. I hope she's not on her period, or her cycle is not coming anytime soon, because that thing stresses me out, yeah. So that's the first thing I'll check. And then I'll have to look around to see if she has her own space, like the kind of space she lives in. You know, if it's a very messy kind of person, an organized person. If it's a messy person, I can do it. If it's an organized person, I'm going to mess up that person's house. That's the thing. I feel so sorry, love. I'm going to just cover your face for a bit so that everybody can see what we're talking about. If you cannot see, just ask me in the chat. So I'm going to be like, so it's going to be like, if I wake up in a different gender, yeah, in a different body, of a woman, yeah, I think I would be very freaked out. But let's consider something now. And I want to use a piece of media to illustrate because I can't just speak out into the vacuum here. So let's talk about this drama, Secret Garden. I don't know if the people on this stream are like Korean drama fans, but there's an era of Korean drama. There was an era of Korean drama that we cannot ever get to anymore, and that era was in the early 2010s. Of course, maybe in the 90s it was fun, but I was not there. So 2010s Korean drama era as well was where I landed in, where I discovered the whole industry. Anyways, in 2014 or 13, I don't know, I think 15 even, I watched this drama, Secret Garden, and it's about this man and a woman. They are polar opposites in personalities, yeah, but somehow they find themselves intertwined in some kind of way. Okay, let's talk about the woman first. The woman is a stunt woman, yeah, and the drama starts with her so that you can get a feel of how her personality is. Yeah, she's very brash to other women, no, to men too, to an extent, strange men. She's very brash. She does not care about social conventionalities. She dresses how she likes, which is comfort based, and she's very good at her job. Like, she's awesome at her job, you know. Um, but the drama starts out with her confronting another very how to say this, conventional lady, somebody that believes in all this etiquette. You know, she was even in a high brow restaurant or a cafe, and because of the way she was seated, you know, just seated like a typical guy, you know, her hair, she was wearing a hat, you know, very rough around the edge, very rough in fact. So this other woman felt insulted that somebody of that caliber can be occupying the same space as her in this type of, you know, sacred height of society kind of space, and she went to confront her. So the way the thing went down, eventually they had a little scuffle outside of the cafe, and eventually she scared that woman to back off, you know, forever, permanently, from people like her. So anyway, when I said, I was like, I didn't remember this drama like this, because I always pictured her as a very shy, I mean, this stunt woman now, what's her name, let's just call her Miss Key. So Miss Key is very shy, very emotionally stunted. Like, no, she's very shy. She's very socially awkward, you know, but she's not unashamed about the things that she enjoys. Ticket. So we meet her. We go into her world. She's acting as a stunt double for this big time actress here, and the big time actress is portrayed as this snotty whatever. So the way it goes, all those kind of tropes go, yeah. So there's this other man. He's a CEO. He obviously is crippled with trauma. He's crippled by some, like, a certain trauma that physically, like, disables him from using elevators. And I don't remember what that trauma is anymore. But I started the drama again. Yeah. So he cannot use elevators. He would literally pass out, yeah. And so he uses the staircase and I think escalators. No, I don't think he uses escalators. The staircase. So the guy is naughty, he's rude, he's condescending, he's brash, he's loud, he's unafraid. You know, even like, he dresses in a certain way that everybody sees as, like, this guy is actually kind of weird. Like, not weird in that, like, dark spooky sense, but weird as in, like, Baba, you don't know how to dress. I think you don't know how to dress. I think you are like a nerd, you know, that kind of stuff. So they cross each other's paths because of the misunderstanding. And I've not gotten to the part where they change bodies. Like, I'm rewatching it here, but I'm not going to that part because the romance is just, it's choking me. I'm not in the mood for romance because. So these two people are connected by his cousin. His cousin is a big time, like, rob, musician in the Korean entertainment scene, and he somehow turns out to be her favorite, like her utmost darling artist, yeah. And the guy cannot get his head around it, like, what the hell do you see this my cousin, you get? But like, they don't know each other deeply yet, they just know each other through this basic introduction, yeah. And I think it's fun in a sense, like, now I am getting, like, I'm kind of remembering how, the dynamics went. So anyways, they change, like, this person's soul, the woman's soul enter into his body, and his soul enters into her body. And the point of it is that they eventually get around to falling in love. And I think, I don't remember it clearly now, but I think in their exchange states they kiss. I think they kiss already. Yeah, the man is already developing like affection for her from the first time he meets her. She's so different. That nonsense now. Oh, she's so different. She's not like other women that are scared of me and scared of the repercussions of crossing my path with all my money and my wealth and my status. No, she's not like, she doesn't care about the repercussions because she's dead poor and her job is like her only thing, and it's not something that my power can influence exactly. But anyway, she's different. I like her. I'm thinking about her. I'm obsessed with her. So, but she does not like him at all. She's like, guy, get the hell away from me. Why the hell are you still here? She's disgusted by him. Also, she has a crush on her boss, like the chief stuntman that hired her. I don't know why I walked up today, but my this thing is sweating and I closed the window because of noise. So, but let's just keep going. So she has a crush on her boss, and it's obvious. And I think he kind of admires her, and I don't know, the admiration. It's kind of people that they allow you to like have a crush on them. They don't confront you to you telling them, and they keep your crush alive. You get, with the way they are. They don't change because they're not bothered by you having a crush on them, and they don't pressure you to confess your feelings. Oh my guy, they don't pressure you to confess your feelings. They're just like, they're just here for you in the sense of, because I think they are friends too. So I think the friendship that both of them have, it's not even friendship, it's more like nice work camaraderie. They have it, and it's like they like it, yeah. So I don't think that either one wants to break that nice balance, even though her feelings are just like all over her body, like everything. So obvious that she likes this man, but he just sees it as like she's respectful of him or something, and he doesn't want to even ask her. You get, although that thing comes up later and becomes a weird love triangle. And I don't like this type of love triangle because I want the nice guy to win. Not nice as in, but like, he's nice, yeah. He's kind, he's gentle, he encourages her. He's like a mentor as well, because he's also a stunt man. His own is from, like, he trained in Hollywood and he's in Korea and he's working on movies. And he's a cool guy, He's a cool guy. Somehow, sometimes when you watch the drama, you're like, why don't you allow the cool guys like end up with these ladies here? And then they now start to show you how the ladies is themselves that made the choice to fall in love with this other person. And it's like, it's a lie. It's a lie. If you give them a chance, the way you've created opportunities, like, what chance would you have to fall in love with another? That's the thing about this waking up to another in a different body. Let's connect it now. So after they change bodies, I'm like, what chance would she have, to fall in love with the person that she has always had a crush on? You get, if she's so busy living the life of another person in a whole different world, yeah. Because this man is a high flyer. The man she changes bodies with, he's a high flyer. He has companies, like a conglomerate, yeah. So he has to go to work. He has to answer to his juniors, like his board of trustees. He has to answer to this vice president that is, hankering after him to steal his position and to vote him out. To get, he has to be on guard, he has to be on edge. And this lady, she has no idea about that. Somebody that does not kiss ass, somebody that does not care about the awkwardness of any situation. She just does what she wants to do and she leaves. And her job is like that. The job description is actually go in there and get out, like, do your job and get out, very clear. But now when you're working in corporate world, The lines are blood. Oh my god, the lines are blood. There's no hope for you. Yeah, you have to know how to be respectful. You have to know how to not look at somebody a certain way. You have to know how to pick up jokes and barbs beneath sentences. Yeah, and this woman does not have any experience with that. She can't. But she's too busy learning how to be, and then she has to empathize enough with this guy's body, that this guy's life that she somehow has replaced. Here she has to empathize with it to the extent where she feels responsibility, to not fuck it up, to not mess up his position in his company. Yeah, anyways, the guy, now the question, I don't remember much of the guy because I don't care about the guy. I care more about a woman being in a man's body and then falling in love with the soul of a man in her body. That's why I started this video. It's like, how does one fall in love with themselves but not really themselves? And I'm not mean self-love. No. I mean romantic sexual love, yeah. That you want to hold the person, you want to kiss the person, but like the person is just a soul in a body. How do we navigate that? And that is why we have to enter conversations on what? Queerness. Yeah, there has to be a queer angle to it. But the thing about movies like this is that it's so simplistically written, that they don't bother, traversing that wild like wasteland that is unknown, the jungle of queerness. Yeah, like they can't traverse it because that's not where their power no reach that place. Like their mind no reach that. They just want to write a fun story, yeah, a cookie, quirky, awkward situation kind of story. I was like, no. This woman has to kiss her body. She's inside a man, and also the first thing, if I woke up in a man's body, I will run. Like the way I will run to the bathroom to check out his junk. Like like it's not like it's some kind of pervy thing personally, because I am kind of queer, so that matters to me. That matters to me, and I would like to make a journal of how I feel walking around, with chest, like, without the pressure of the expectation that women carry around to be women in society, in their homes. Yeah. So like she falls in love with the man, you get, and I'm like, how does that work? How would that work? How do you fall? Like, it's something to think about. Yeah, like I don't know. That's why I'm on live here. I wish people could like send in like their own curiosities about things like that. Maybe there's an angle I'm not seeing. Yeah. If you are in a man's body and you look at a woman, you look at your body and there's a man in there, but you fall in love with, you can't just like, okay, you can't fall in love with somebody's mind. There are people like that, demisexuals and all that, but like you have to consider the physicality of it all as well. Yeah, unless you are asexual. Yeah, but like if you are sexual, like you consider sexual love, you consider sex a part of your own style or your own sexuality. Yeah, and your own mood of falling in love. How are you going to reconcile kissing yourself? That's just what I want to ask. How do you reconcile kissing yourself? I know on AO3 there are self-cessed fics here, but that is fiction. Like, look at it in real life here. How can you reconcile kissing yourself? And if you see it as you're not kissing yourself, you're kissing a man, but you're in a man's body. So now you have to ask those questions where people say, like, okay, if you ask a guy now, like, can you be with a guy? And he's like, no, I'm a man. And it's like, no, it's not because you're a man that you can't be with a guy. It's because you are heterosexual. That's why you can't be with a guy. It's not because you're a man. Because now in that situation, this lady is deeply heterosexual. Let's just look at it on the first angle without complicating things here. On the bare surface of it here, she's heterosexual because she is kissing a man's spirit. Yeah, she's kissing the man, the person of the man. Let's not use spirit now. No, go to that territory. She's kissing a man. She knows he's a man. He's just mistakenly in her body, the same way she's mistakenly in the man's body. So she's kissing a man. So she's heterosexual. She is heterosexual. Yeah. So like That's why you see that those arguments, like, I'm not saying it is founded on like deep research, but like if you consider situations like that, you can see that it throws out the argument of I cannot be with a man because I cannot be with another man because I'm a fellow man. It doesn't work that way. No, it works that way. It's just that it can work that way, but it's just that you are heterosexual. That's where you see how sexuality is very defining. But because we live in a society, we live in a society, and yet it's it. Because we live in a society where um, we don't allow ourselves to test things. Yeah, we have to test things. We have to test things, you guys. Like, we don't allow ourselves to explore. We have to explore. We can't just stay in these boxes that we find ourselves in. We are not, even other creatures in the universe explore. Like, why can't we explore? Why are we caged by our intellect to be stuck to rigid systems that we did not even make? Because this system of heteronormativity and cis heteronormativity has been put in place for ages, for centuries, and just because there are systems that are popular and put in place and supported by the law does not mean that then nothing exists outside of that, and so if you woke up in another person's body, what would that look like? I feel like waking up in another body would definitely, you have to accept that in that moment you have become queer. To be honest, that's my own perception. Like, you have become queer and you have to now start defining it. This is like, okay, like in Your Name. I think that's the name of the anime, yeah, where he's in her body and she's in his body. She's in his body in that anime now, yeah, in the sense like eventually they exploding, yeah, but the price of them getting back into their body was forgetting each other. I think, like, they made a sacrifice to forget each other just to save each other. I think that's the premise of the anime. I don't remember it clearly anymore. So it's funny. Anyways, so that anime, yes, as I was saying, the anime. Sorry, I feel a bit thrown off somehow, because I'm kind of feeling some kind of thoughts are entering into my head now, yeah. And I don't know how to address it, but I won't address it. Hi. So yes, hi. Inconstant. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Sorry. Hi. I'm saying hi right back. In that anime, yeah, they have to save each other's life, and saving each other's life would sacrifice their memories of each other. Oh, I'm currently streaming from Nigeria. I live in Nigeria. I was born here. Where are you from? What was I saying? And they agreed to make that sacrifice, but somehow, like later, the way the anime ends, yeah, much later, when they pass each other on the street, yeah, they sort of have this faint recognition of each other. And I feel like that kind of recognition comes with living in another person's body, you know the stickiness of living in another person's body and learning how they move their limbs, and moving their body and taking part in all their bodily functions. Yeah, I feel like it leaves a kind of print on your soul, to the extent that I'm living here. I live here, actually. I'm from here. I live here. I've always been here. Where are you from? Where are you from? Nigeria doing, like, I'm just existing now. Right now, I'm just existing. So there comes like a certain level of recognition, um, with bodies. I think that is kind of what the story is hinting at. But I don't know. I don't know if that would work. Yeah. Italy. Oh, all the way from Italy. What's the weather like in Italy right now? This is the end of summer, yeah. But like, are you guys getting chills now? Like, or when do you guys experience winter? Oh, sorry, fall. Do you guys even experience fall? Sorry, I'm sorry for assuming everybody in Europe experiences like the fall seasons, yeah. Here it's supposed to be ra- rainy season, I think, but we've not had rains, and it's just very very cold here. That's why I have on um this turtleneck here. But like in this setting, I'm feeling hot. So, anyways, in the anime, yeah, he proposes that being another person's body give you a sense of oh yeah, okay, you are based in Italy. Are you from Italy, or you moved to Italy for something? For what? For school, for work, or are you married, or you have family there? So it assumes a level of recognition, like bodily record. Oh, because I live in your body, I recognize your body, even though I don't remember you per se. So like all those depictions in media that literally challenge our definition of what human life is. Don't fall down, my guy. That defines want to marry me. I don't get. Okay, me, you're asking me. No, I don't know you now. So all the depiction of bodily differences, like separation of your body from your personhood, I think is something that we have relegated too much to media, yeah, too much to media. And I feel like if we apply it to our real life, we might be more forgiving of people. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's leave the queer, the soul part out of it. Let's now focus on something very um mundane, you get, and that is socioeconomic status. Yeah. Don't worry, stay on my stream. Tell my truth, we can know each other like that. But I don't promise to marry anybody, please. I'm just having fun on my channel. So if you like to support me, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe, like, support the channel anyway. So as I was saying, let's come to socio-economic status now. Let's say in your life, yeah, you come from a middle class status. Like you live in a middle class level in life. You are, things are just ordinary. You live average life, you live an average life, just have enough to survive on. And then you wake up in a situation where you are less you wake up in a body that is living in a very worse of conditions than you were in your own body. Like, how do you begin to navigate that life? I feel like you would be challenged. I feel like you'll be challenged by the status of the body you wake up in. Like, what if you wake up and your job is to go to construction sites to carry block, to carry cement, to take orders from people that look like you would be their heads in, like you would be superior to in your own body, in your own life. Like, how would that make you feel? Do you think it would leave you with a different sense of perception of the world that you exist in general? I feel like it would be very humbling, because like in that K-drama I was talking about here, this guy, he has to take orders, he has to bend his head. But something about that K-drama is that I feel like because of how brash his personality was, he was able to, stand up for himself in places where that girl in her own body, she could not stand up for herself. That woman could not stand up for herself. I said she was very shy. She's socially awkward, and she kind of bends her head a lot in her own field though. Like, she doesn't mind being screamed at, as long as the person is just asking her to do her job, and it's not a vindictive kind of thing. And even if it was vindictive, as long as she's not stopping her from doing her job, she's going to just bear with it. But this guy, he's somebody that is a chaebol, like he's leader of companies. He's talking down on people that are way past his age limit, like people that are older than him, people that are give birth to children, people that are leaders of their own homes. He's talking down on them. You get, he has no respect for anybody, and he has so many people looking up at him as some kind of leader. Now he now wakes up in a situation where he's at disadvantage economically and socially as well. He's disadvantaged, so he does not take it well. Though. He does not take it well. In fact, I think he causes problems for her in the beginning, until she lectures him and tells him that if he makes her life hard, like if he makes her life unlivable to the extent where she's fired, and she cannot go back to her life when she goes back into her body, then she's going to ruin his work for him. Like, she's going to ruin his own position in the company, and then they come to a compromise. I think I'm just trying to remember pieces of the drama. Also, the drama's male lead, like, is Hyunbin, and that time Hyunbin was so tiny. The thing I love about Hyunbin are his dimples. Yeah, Hyunbin's dimples are very, 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 very nice to look at. And he looked so small, but his acting was very earnest. Like, he was a very, very earnest actor. Yeah. So anyways, I have gone round the mountain and I have come back, and I think that's a very interesting point of discuss for the channel. Let's put it back on the hat. So I wonder if we can do, this is my lip gloss here. Let's put it off to the side. Oh, it's going to fall. Like, I wanted to interact with the chat here about the questions about this type of trope here. I wanted to, like, interact with chat to see, like, if you'd be interested, like, if we could talk about, like, I wanted a different point of view to get from different people about this trope here, and I wanted people to, like, interact with the questions. But, like, since we don't have many people interacting with the questions, and I don't know, maybe people are shy. Maybe people are shy, which is not anybody's fault. You get, it happens. Like, you're just missing me for the first time, you know, you're just scrolling and you stumble upon my channel. So, like, you might not be willing to, like, share, you know, or chat with me because you don't know me. So it might be awkward for you, but I just wanted us to have a little bit of interaction here, where maybe you'd answer questions that I pose. I don't know, so I can help me make sense of this question that I have in my head here. So anyways, but that is not happening because I guess I'm not I don't have too much of a base of people that, you know, interact with my stuff regularly. So I'm just going to try to do something else that, although I enjoy talking about it and, you know, exploring all the old conversations so far, but, like, I wanted to really, like, hear what people would say, you know, and ask them more questions. Like, if you woke up in a different country, in a different body, where would you even begin to start from? Like, where could you start from? I think that would drive anybody insane, first of all. And if you behave insane in another person's body that has always behaved sane, like, you might get locked up in an actual institution, you might get institutionalized, yeah, and that would even take you farther away from the solution to your problem. But, like, with technology, I feel like you could go on your, oh, I didn't even consider technological aspect. Okay, like, if you're in a different country, you could just go on one of their social media on their phones, yeah. And since most people don't even use print anymore, password anymore, they just use fingerprints or face recognition systems for their security on their phones. They can, like, you could just go on social media and send an SOS, like, hey, you, the person that's in my body, DM me right now, so that we can negotiate how we're going to, so you can, like, arrange how we're going to exchange our bodies back, because this does not make any sense. Oh, is that not what happened in this thing, in that anime, Call Me By Your Name? No, Call Me By Your Name is that Timothy Chalamet meeting. I think it's Your Name. That's the name of the anime. Your Name. Yeah. I think they interacted a bit through radio, or there's a kind of medium they were interacting through here. I feel like technological aspect of this conversation is that you can just send a DM to yourself, you know, and the person that's in your body can also send a message to themselves through your social media. So you guys can start to communicate like that, in that way, I think. And that will make it easier for you guys to strategize how you're going to connect back to your body and why you guys exchange in the first place. Also, would you have to be in the same place to get your bodies back? I don't think that's what it would call for, because you're not in the same place when your souls exchange. Yeah, so like, would you have to? How would, like, where would you even begin? But the only good thing about social media is that at least you can get a rundown of the law of the body you're existing in, and then you can send them your own law, like, so that they will not ruin things for you. You get, like, I just hope I just hope that, what if that kind of thing happens to me, I would hope that there's no serious immediate action that is needed to be taken by that person, because I'm not one for deadlines. Like, if you give me a deadline, I'm more likely to fast that deadline. Not because I want to be mean or, mean spirited or something like that. No, it's just like, it just puts so much pressure that I shut down. You get, like, I shut down and my brain is like, I'm bored. Like, why would you be bored of being under pressure? It's like, let us see what will happen. And let's see what will happen if we don't follow, like, if we don't meet up with the deadline. Let's just see what will happen. It's kind of that kind of mentality will be going through my head, unless the person is like begging me and like, please. And it's like, what if I don't have the skill set, to make your deadline, to meet your deadline, and make it good. One thing I would hope, like, I hope I don't, if I ever have this body switch, I hope I don't go with somebody that is younger than me. Please don't be in secondary school. Like, I beg you. The things I went through in secondary school, I would not wish that on my enemy. Like, I feel like secondary school is literally the it's like being in the trenches of a war, you know. And do you notice that in secondary school, when you go to school, like, you feel very, very hungry, yeah? Why? Why? Why is there so much hunger in school? And it's not like okay, you spend 8 days in school, yeah? And then you go back home and then you eat and you're okay and you shower and you feel like a normal human being again. Unless your home was a horrible one where you did not have peace of mind. So that means like school might have been an escape for you, yeah? But for me, home was like my safe spot, yeah? Nobody disturbed me at home. I could go into my corner and read for hours. But when I went to school, I had to confront society in the form of teenagers with raging hormones. Like, whenever I hear people talk about teenagers with raging hormones and how puberty turns people into monsters, I'm like, oh, you're exaggerating. But now, when I look back at myself then, I'm like, and the people I existed with then, I'm like, yeah, there is something to that theory. Like, I think even if I think it's proven to some extent that what was I saying? I was talking about the whole body extra. I was like, I really hope I don't end up with somebody younger than me. I hope I don't exchange, like, the whole magic of exchanging souls or nothing with somebody, because oh, I would lose my mind. I'll lose my mind and I'll ask the school to help. And the secondary school, you can't defer um your terms. You can't. You have to finish it. I don't know why you can't defer them in secondary school. The best you can do is, like, you can miss out on your school years and then get a GED. Like, you just get for us here, you just write what they call the common entrance exam. That's what we do here. Other countries, they say GED. I don't know what it is in the UK, but here in this country, you just write common entrance exam. Even if you don't go to if you don't finish your primary school, just write common entrance exam and you can move on to university. Sorry, you move on. No, what am I talking about? Common entrance is for primary school. WAEC, yes, you write WAEC or NECO or GCE at the end of secondary school in this country, and that's how it works in the UK. I think UK have GCSE exams, and America has GED. You get, so for secondary school you can drop out, but you can also write WAEC afterwards. You don't have to go to all your classes. If you focus on writing WAEC, if you focus on not wanting to go to school, you can always write WAEC, but you have to be registered to the school to write a WAEC. So that's another limitation. You have to pay the school to register you as a student, and then you just take the WAEC with the school. Yeah, I think that is the aspect. But I wouldn't want to go back to secondary school. Like, miss me with that, man. I'll just lay in bed, and if they can come to wake me up, that are you not going to school today? Like, what do you mean school? I'm not the owner of this body, and let's see where it goes from there. But I would feel bad for the person's life that I'm uprooting. I'm distort like sending into chaos. I wouldn't want to send somebody else's life into chaos, but I would have to strategize with them somehow. Like, hey, this is my body. This is what we do in my body, with my body. Like, don't ruin my existence, please. Worst of all, if you guys don't speak the same language, there are so many angles to consider. If you guys don't speak the same language, Google Translate is your friend now. Papago is your friend. If you guys don't speak the same language, it's going to be very, very difficult to strategize how not to implode somebody else's life. Like, how are we going to mix? You understand? But all those aspects is actually not it's not actually the reason I asked this question. I asked the question because of more of the queer angle of it all. Because the way the media do, aside from mother daughter chain, Freaky Friday, oh no, aside from that, aside from that, most of the media mixing of the whole thing has been a guy in a girl's body and a girl in a guy's body, and they just simplified the writing in such a way that um, they they end up falling in love. And it's like, how do you fall in love with somebody, but that somebody is your body with a different soul, you know? And how do you fall in love with a different body that you're not familiar with, yeah? But you are working as if it is your body, but you have to adjust to their life, and they have to adjust to your life, and two of you, like, it's so messy. I don't even know who came up with this idea in the first place, but I feel like it's an allegory for queerness. To me, it's just pointing towards queerness for me. Like, there's no other, like, the meaningfulness of it all. It's just like beep 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 beep, queerness, yeah. So anyways, that is that for that topic. I spent over 40 minutes on that topic, and I feel like we can move on to something else. And that's something else, of course. I didn't plan too much for. I thought this conversation would go on forever and ever, but like, if nobody's interacting with me as I'm speaking here, it's kind of hard to have the conversation with myself. Something that I would like to bounce ideas off of people or with. But since, like, people are not like sending me messages and chats, yeah, because maybe they're not familiar with me. You can get familiar with me, like, you can follow, you can subscribe, and you can leave comments, and we know each other one by one, like one step after the other, yeah, one step at a time. Na, 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 na. Okay, this is coming this way. Let's go to the back. Na, 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 na. Anyway, so far, not so far away. Everything that you always dream for was enough for you today. But you just can't tell. Only one is your brother, no one knows your name yet. If you really wanna how you gonna make it, you don't pretend, you can catch the chance. In the face of the darkest standing, but if you know I'm not frustrated, ain't getting out of impatience, waiting. Leave them and learn to take one step at a time. There's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly or falling in love. Cause a falling in love is gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. Never find a reason why. One step at a time. When you can't wait any longer, you can't wait, but you know it inside. You need to say, and the fact stronger. The only way to get there is the one step at a time. That time in 2000 where the ultimate requirement for you to be to be seen as a singer is to have the vocal range. Like you just have to sing, and you have to be good at it. Yeah, you have to be awesome at it. You have to be spectacular. In a different way from everybody else that can sing. That was all. So I see why Jordan Sparks won that American Idol. I think is it American Idol? I think so. I see why she won American Idol. Um, and that song has my favorite bridge ever. That part where she changes the key. I don't know the technical things for it, but yeah, Jordan Sparks was good in that song moment. Yeah. Everything else after that, I am afraid I don't agree with anything that she has stood for or spoken up about going forward. Like, I don't care. I don't like it. It's odd to me. So I wanted to do something. Okay. I have this puzzle. If you check, oh, don't follow. If you check my channel, if you look in my channel, you would see my very first live here. I was fixing up to um fill up my puzzle. Yeah. And I was doing well though. Should I show you? Let me show you. Let me show you my puzzle. Over, okay, 1,000 pieces. Let me show you my puzzle. Just for a second. So I have fixed up to this point here, and I have fixed up this aspect too. So oh, the thing about fixing my phone for the live is how I don't have a proper stand. Stay one place, please. Let's hope it stays. Anyways, so like I was saying, you can familiarize yourself with me by, you know, chatting, by chatting, and conversing with me and exploring the ideas in my topic or the live. We can do that together. Yeah. Um. What do you call it? Soliciting for marriage is out of is not it's not allowed. It's not allowed. Like it's not allowed. It's not allowed. Anyways, yeah, that was most of what I wanted to say today. I thought of it as what good thought comes in the bathroom. Like, I'm going to explore the queerness of it all with my chat with people that turn up for the stream. And people did turn up, but like there was not a lot of conversation about it. So there's only so far I can go, with the conversation. Now, because today is Sunday and I have work to do tomorrow, so I feel like, should I do my work on here or wait, let me see, because I'm trying to reach 2 hours on stream here, and I don't want to give up right now. I'm just 53 minutes in and I don't want to give up. Let's just hope that people join the stream. In the meantime, let me try to do something else that I've wanted to do all week and I could not do it. Hold on. I'm back. Did you enjoy chatting with my teddy? I know he enjoyed chatting with you. So I'm just going to fill in some things and try to complete it. Let's put it here. Let me do my work assignment on stream, and you guys can talk to me. Feel free, okay? I wanted to remove this paragraph. How do I say it now? Okay, next. What are the final statements? Just cut it and paste. Just cut and paste. Okay. Let's type it out. are almost coming up on 2 hours. Gosh. I hope this chair does not fall apart. It's literally on its last legs. I have gotten most of what I wanted to write down. So all I have to do is type it out, which is not an issue for me. The final paragraph I want to write is going to be cut and paste because there's no corrections to be made there. Yeah, today will be our first 2 hour long live stream, and I'm taking a break from writing. Repeating this whole thing is going to make me bored. I'm actually writing something like an essay for my channel, and I'll post the video sometime this week. I'm writing the final paragraph of the essay here. So, and the essay is going to be on a cartoon, a cartoon I watched as a child, Shark Tale to be exact. Like when people talk about those type of cartoons like Pixar, DreamWorks, all of that, they always say it as a film, yeah. But we will just call it cartoon here, even though it is a film actually, but it's just the way we refer to anything animated as cartoon. Even if it's delivered in a film format, it's just all cartoon to us. And it's not a form of minimizing the seriousness of it all, yeah. It's just a form of reference, like a title, yeah. Oh, it's a cartoon Shark Tale. So for those people that subscribe to my channel, look forward to that. I will be editing it this week and posting it on my channel. I have so many papers in front of me.